Oh, I have an idea.
To save her mother from suffering on the evil paths, she sold her house and bought vast amounts of incense and flowers and other offerings to be generously donated to the stupas and temples of the Buddha of that era. Then, she came to the temple where there is an image of the Enlightenment Flower Serenity Self-Sovereignty King Tathagata. She paid obeisance to the sacred image, showing extra reverence. Then she saw the image of the Enlightenment Flower Serenity Self-Sovereignty King Tathagata, carved and painted in august forms and with perfect dignity.
The Buddha is the great Enlightenment One, possessing all kinds of wisdom. How wonderful it could be if he were this world. Although my mother has already died, if I asked the Buddha, he would be able to tell me of my mother's whereabouts after her death.
O weeping girl, do not be too sorrowful. For I shall now reveal to you your mother's whereabouts.
May I know the sacred and virtuous one is who relieves my worry. Since I lost my mother, I think about her day and night, but there has been no one I could ask to tell me of her whereabouts.
I am the one whom you're worshipping, the Enlightenment Flower Serenity Self-Sovereignty King Tathagata. Seeing that you remember and cherish your mother much more than ordinary beings, he manifests to reveal her whereabouts to you.
Miss. Miss, what's happening to you? Miss.
May the Buddha, in his mercy and compassion, tell me forthrightly my mother's whereabouts, for it is possible that I may die very shortly due to my present physical and mental state.
After having completed your offering, go directly home, sit reverently and contemplate my name and title. Then you will know your mother's whereabouts.
Just like this, Brahmin girl sits there chanting the name of Buddha for a whole day.
O Bodhisattva, what caused you to come here?
May I ask what place is this here?
This is the sea, to the west of the Great Iron Enclosed Mountain.
I have heard in the middle of the great iron enclosed mountain, there are hells. Is it in fact so?
It is true that hells are here.
How or in what manner did I arrive at this place of hell?
Either by majestic power, or karmic power, one can come here.
What causes the water to rise and boil? And why are there so many suffering people and wicked beasts here?
Those suffering people are newly deceased beings from Jambudvipa, who commit evil, since during 49 days after they died and none of their heirs have performed any meritorious or virtuous act to save and deliver them from their suffering, since they didn't create any virtuous causes in their lifetime. Therefore, according to their karma, they must be committed to the various hells. On the way to the hells, naturally they must first pass through this sea. 10 myriad yojanas to the east of this sea, there is another sea, where the severity of the suffering is double what it is here. To the east of that sea, there is still another sea, where the suffering is yet again doubled. This suffering is the result of the evil causes of the three kinds of karma. And these places are known collectively as the karmic sea.
What are the hells?
Within the three karmic seas is where the grand hells are. Within each hell, there are so many categories. There are 18 grand ones, and there are 500 secondary ones. There are hundreds of thousands of hells in the next category, all being places of immeasurable suffering.
My mother cherished some perverted views, and she ridiculed the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. Though she died recently, I still don't know her whereabouts.
What was your mother name?
Both my mother and father were Brahmins. My father name was Silo Sardas and my mother name was Uat Lee.
I wish that you would return to your own place.
my dear. My dear.
Please return to your own place. Please do not worry or be full of remembrance or sorrowful musing. It has been 3 days since the sinful woman Li ascended to heaven. It is said that by virtue of her filial offspring donations, to the stupa and temple of the Enlightenment Flower Serenity Self-Sovereignty King Tathagata, she was exonerated from all suffering in Avicii hell. At the same time, all the sinful people in Avicii hell, on that day, were able to receive the blessing to be reborn with her to the heaven and enjoy happiness.
May I through all future kalpas, for all sinful and suffering beings, provide extensive expediences, for their hindrance and liberation.
At that time, that demon king is now Bodhisattva Se Sho. And the Brahman girl is now Bodhisattva Ksitigarbha.
成菩提，我们大小地藏经，因果孝道皆阐明，更劝世人发大愿，普度众生勤修行。为了一大事因缘，佛陀降生来人间，出家修行成佛道，度众说法数十年。人间寿命80岁，佛陀即将入涅槃，为报生生慈母恩，说法来到忉利天，十方诸佛云来集，无 量菩萨也现前，天龙八部与鬼神，同生道理皆发愿。世尊慈悲化从前，地藏发心妙因缘，婆罗门女光母女，为救母亲发大愿。地狱不空不成佛，众生度尽证菩提，无量无边尘沙界，安忍不动如大地。众生刚强难调伏，六道轮回受众苦，佛将涅槃上有念，诸陀地藏来救度。